Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, The Battle Between Tama and a Moth. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't and oppose. Like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Life at Home with Tama, where absolutely nothing dramatic ever happens until it does. Today started like any other normal day. The sunlight slipped through the curtains, the room was calm, and Tama, my small, fluffy dog, was lying on the floor, pretending to be asleep while secretly listening to every sound in the house. His ears twitched slightly. His tail moved once. Everything seemed peaceful. And then it happened. A moth. Not a big one. Not a scary one. Just a regular, light-loving moth that clearly made the worst decision of its life by flying into Tama's territory. The moment Tama noticed it, his entire body froze. His eyes widened like he had just spotted an ancient enemy from another lifetime. His head tilted to the left, then to the right. The moth floated lazily near the ceiling, completely unaware that it had just triggered a full-scale emotional response in a very small dog. Tama slowly stood up, one paw lifted into the air, trembling with uncertainty. He looked at me. I looked at him. We both knew something important was about to happen. The moth flapped its wings again. That was it. Tama barked once, short and sharp, like a warning shot. The moth, unimpressed, continued flying in random circles. Tama jumped, missed, landed awkwardly, looked around to make sure no one noticed. I grabbed my phone. This was not just a moment. This was content. From this point on, Tama officially entered battle mode. He followed the moth everywhere, around the living room, near the lamp, behind the curtain, and dangerously close to the wall where Tama once bumped his head last week, a traumatic memory he has not fully recovered from. Every movement of the moth was followed by an intense reaction, sudden jumps, dramatic pauses, confused spins, and at least 3 barks that sounded more emotional than threatening. Tama tried strategy. First, he attempted the sit and stare technique. He sat perfectly still, eyes locked on the moth, believing that if he didn't move, the moth would magically fall into his mouth. It did not. Then came the surprise attack. He hid behind the sofa, slowly peeked out, and launched himself forward with full confidence, straight into the air beneath the moth. Again a miss. Tama stopped. He sighed. Yes, actually sighed. For a brief moment, he looked like a tired warrior questioning his life choices. But the moth flew closer to the floor. Big mistake. Tama regained hope. His tail wagged like a helicopter. His paws tapped nervously on the floor. He jumped again. This time closer. Very close. Close enough to feel like victory was near. I laughed. The camera was shaking. Tama did not care. This was no longer a game. This was personal. The moth, still alive and still calm, landed on the wall. Tama stared at it. The room went silent. In the end, the battle did not have a clear winner. The moth eventually flew out the window, free and untouched. Tama stood beneath the open space, staring up with a mix of confusion, pride, and slight disappointment. He had fought bravely. He had tried his best. And even though he didn't win, he looked strangely satisfied, like a hero returning from a mission. Watching Tama that day made me smile, but it also made me think about our own lives. Sometimes, we face very small problems that feel huge in the moment. A tiny challenge, a minor inconvenience, or an unexpected interruption can suddenly take all our attention and energy, just like that little moth did to Tama. We jump, we worry, we overreact, and we exhaust ourselves chasing something that might not even matter tomorrow. Tama taught me something simple but important. It's okay to try, to fail, and to let things go. Not every battle needs to be won. Some things will simply fly away on their own. So in daily life, choose your battles wisely. Laugh at small chaos. Try your best, but don't forget to rest. And when something tiny disrupts your peace, pause, breathe, and remember, even a small dog can be happy without catching the moth.